And Shantelle Bisson is back with us this hour. This time we're going to be talking about financial stress in relationships. Now, Shantelle, this is huge. So many couples, even you see studies, the biggest thing that people fight about in most cases is money. So how much of an effect do you think that finances actually have on a relationship?
Well, speaking firsthand, I can assure you that it's massive. And I remember a girlfriend saying to me, and I don't know if this came from her therapist or where, but I remember her saying when Yannick and I were having our financial difficulties when our girls were younger, prior to him getting Murdoch, she said, most marriages can survive infidelity. It's financial strain that basically takes marriages out more so percentage wise than infidelity, which I kind of found fascinating. But it's true, as now that I'm 30 years into a marriage, I can say, yeah, I have to say that the times that we've had our biggest knockdown, drag down fights were over finances because it's so stressful on each partner. And both have their own ways of dealing with that stress and that kind of anxiety. And somebody might, shut down completely and be completely and utterly emotionally unavailable, whereas the other one wants to talk it out and plan and try to budget out of it, and then trying to get those two modalities of how coping to come together can sometimes be crazy making. I know for us, we deal with things completely differently when it comes to stress and financial stress.
Now, how much importance should be placed on equal earnings and equal paying of the bills? For example, do you try and split everything 50-50 if both people are working? Or what are your thoughts just around that? Because, there are some people obviously where wage equality is not something in the home. So how do you kind of dance around that, I guess?
See, and this is funny because when I got your questions and I read them, I find this concept utterly amazing. Because to me, when you get married, I think you're married, or when you commit to living with somebody and moving in with somebody, that's a commitment, and that's a relationship union, and you've taken it to the next level. So if you're talking, again, we've gone over this. I'm super hyper traditional. We've got our pink blue jobs, and I'm sure I'm going to get in trouble again for saying this. But I feel like, well, when you're married, isn't everything one? Isn't that the whole point of the union, is to come together as one? Okay, that's how I operate it, and so some of our viewers may not feel that way. I think that if you're the kind of couple that wants to be mine is mine and yours is yours, then that's fine. But I don't think then there should be a lording over the one who doesn't make as much money, and the expectation that that person should somehow ramp it up and come up to your level, because you knew going into that relationship that there was a pay disparity and you were okay enough to either marry or move in together. So I think you've got to take that off the table. And if you're the higher earning partner in the relationship, you need to be okay with understanding that there are certain parts of the cost of being in this relationship that are going to fall on you. And you knew that going into it when you pick this partner who doesn't have wage equality. So for me, I feel like that sort of topic should just be completely off the table once the commitment has been made to be a couple.
And now, if people are struggling financially within a relationship, whether it be living together or married, what's the best first step for them to take to get back on track?
Well, what we had to do is, we had to get outside help. We had to get a professional to come in. We had to get a bookkeeper, an accountant, and a financial team to come back in and clean up the mess. And when you're in financial distress, that kind of seems like backward thinking to spend money, to save money. But when you don't know what you're doing and you have created basically a financial nightmare for yourself, that's the only thing you can do, because obviously you're outside of your debt. And getting back to the zero or coming out of that debt hole that you've created for yourself, you're not going to be able to do on your own. There are experts that can do that for you. So that would be my recommendation. That's what we did, and it saved our day, it saved our lives, and it saved our relationship. To have third party being like, no, you can't spend money there. That's not what you're budgeted for, and having somebody kind of be a financial mediator. Yes, you're paying money to save money, seems counterproductive, but trust me, it's going to save a lot of headaches and save your relationship too.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Shantelle. We appreciate it. And as always, you can head over to ChantellBisson.com or at Shantelle Bisson.